14 years ago, back in 2007, Chet Holmes wrote this book called The Ultimate Sales Machine. It's a brilliant book, but one of the things in there that resonated was he came out with this idea of a stadium pitch. The rationale of this is that at any given time, if you took 100 of your ideal prospects, 3% of them would be ready to buy now, would be now buyers. The other 97%, 30% of them will never buy, but the other 67% will at some future stage. But they need to go on a buyer's journey first, and they'll buy in the future, but it might not be off you, it might be off one of your competitors. And they go through this thing called a buyer's journey. So he likened it to a stadium that's full of a crowd, if you like, of your ideal prospects. And you've got the opportunity to stand on stage and to talk to them with a view to keeping them in the stadium long enough and building up a close enough relationship with them that they'll stay there until they're ready to buy, and then they'll buy from you. Now, if you think of it that way, your challenge is to stop them getting bored, because if they're not now buyers, then they're likely to just come out through these open turnstiles. So he then talks about the difference between market data and product data, and he talks about the idea of a stadium pitch. And a stadium pitch is simply information that's interesting to potential prospects, but that's not a sales pitch. So it's sort of background information. So it could be things like an ideas guide if you sell conservatories, for example. If you sold shoes, you might be talking about the difference between product data is these are our brands, these are our sizes, these are our models or whatever. Market data might be far more interesting and wider than that. So it could be things like, the history of shoes, different types of feet, different types of foot conditions, different reasons for footwear, different functions that footwear serves. So different, Wellingtons compared to sports shoes, for example. But it goes much wider, and it's something that's interesting enough to keep the sort of people who could eventually become now buyers in that stadium long enough to go through this idea of a buyer's journey, to go through whether they're likely to buy or not. Market data, far more interesting, far wider, but not a product pitch, not product data. And I think this applies to virtually any business. So the challenge is you've got 100 potential prospects there. How do you attract their interest, and then how do you nurture them along their buyer's journey without losing them by trying to sell to them by making a product pitch before they're ready to buy? It's a great idea. It's a great book. Hope you found that interesting. Thanks very much for watching. How would you like to earn up to 6 figures or more as a business advisor? No financial risk, no franchise fee, no contractual lock-in, no territorial restriction, and we won't take any of your coaching revenue ever. You'll have your own home-based business advisory practice. You could earn anything from 50 to 100,000 or more in your first year and going forward. We'll pay all of your startup and training costs. All you cover is the small monthly cost we incur to provide you with ongoing training and support to ensure your long-term success. We'll build you your very own online business academy. We'll brand it to you with your name and your picture and give you full 100% ownership. This academy will position you as an expert and a celebrity. We'll provide you with world-class training. We'll show you how to find any business, anything from 10,000 to 100,000 extra revenue in a process that takes less than 45 minutes. You'll be provided with 3 support coaches, an orientation coach for your first few weeks, a training coach to help you master all the marketing and lead generation and closing deals that you'll require, and a sales coach whose ongoing job then is to make sure that you continue to sign up high dollar coaching clients. These coaches cost us another 5,000 or more to provide you with, and we're going to pay that in full for you as well. And this is who they are, and you'll see me on the right. I'll be part of your coaching support. So if that sounds interesting to you, just watch a short 8-minute video. Go to https://coachforprofit.com/Bernard. And if you like what you see, it would be great then for us to have a chat. Thanks very much for watching today.